Thanks for watching the replay, those that are seeing this. I'm waiting. Let me mute myself. Chill. Why are you doing that? Alright. How's everyone doing? Guys, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Let me lift that up a little bit. I'm adjusting the camera. I'm sorry. I apologize. I want y'all to be able to see. Alright. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I gotta wait. I'll wait. I'm sorry. I'm waiting. I'm done waiting. Alright, so oh my gosh, Holly, you can do this. This can happen for you. Okay, alright. So I've always wanted to do a dragon scale cup. And if you don't know what that is, Google it real quick. Because it's super cool and it's a guy's cup, basically. Like they make it for their guy customers. Here's the problem with that. I hate Mod Podge. I have some because I'm going to have to use it later. But I hate Mod Podge. It gets everywhere. That's why I don't do fabric tumblers, because you have to Mod Podge the cup and then you got to stick the fabric on. And it gets everywhere and you're sticky and it's a mess and I hate it. So I was scrolling through TikTok, because yes, I have a TikTok. And I was like, hey Leanne, I was like, is that a dragon scale tumbler? I know you can only see the bottom, that's the point. So that you could see up close. Just give me a second and I'll get started and you'll see why I did this. I was like, is that a dragon scale tumbler? What is she doing? Y'all, I didn't think of this. This is completely somebody else. I'll have to look up her name and I'll pin it. But this person, instead of using Mod Podge to attach her dragon scales, used double-sided tape. And that was just the smartest thing to me. And I never would have thought of it, and it's definitely not my idea. So I was like, yeah, I'll back you up some so you can see a little more of the cup. But yeah, that's the point. I want you to see the bottom. Because you could see me up here. Anyway. So I was like, I know this chick did not use double-sided tape. Why did I think of that? Because I love double-sided tape tumblers because it's super relaxing, and I've already taped the cup so you didn't have to watch me do that. Besides like this one little part at top that I'm going to show you how to do it. But I love doing double-sided tape tumblers because it's relaxing and you don't get stuff everywhere. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a dragon scale tumbler, my very first one, and I'm going to show you, and we're going to use double-sided tape. So, move that back and focus. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have this silver piece right here. I need to apply this thin piece of tape. So I'm going to peel off this top layer. And I'm going to hold on to this because I'm going to put it back on in a second. And then I'm going to apply this piece of tape to where it's flat with the top. And so that's the first thing you're going to do. So you'll prep your cup the same way. And I say that and I don't actually mean it, because you're not going to prep it the same way. You're going to sand it. You will sand your cup like you usually do, but you're not going to spray paint it because you're going to spray paint it later. You're going to spray paint it after you've applied all of your scales. Because even though my scales are black, the spray paint is going to help you seal it. And I'm just putting this back over so that when I'm moving the cup around, because I'm going to do this number, see, this is why I had y'all closer. It's not like picking up particles and stuff. So I have my wonderful little weeding tool. It's called the Big O. And I'm not going to explain to you why it's called the Big O because I'm not. Alright. And you're going to lift here, I'll turn it. You're going to lift this part where it overlaps. The tape is not stuck on this other piece of paper. And then you're going to lift this piece back. And you're going to overlay the overlap, and this is going to prevent you having any seams. And then we're going to just remove the tape, and we're going to like push it down and get rid of all the bubbles and whatnot. So there, I showed you how to do that. And so now that's what I'm going to go around the cup. Let me lift this up for a little bit while I do this so you can see. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around and I'm going to do only a little bit, only parts, like step by step kind of stuff. And I use the Big O because if you don't, then the sticky part is not going to stay attached to your cup, because again, this is double-sided tape. You can get this on Amazon. If you go to Amazon, please use our link. I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, it's just a lot easier. So, and I'm going to do this third row, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to start applying my scales. So steps, if you're just joining, was we sanded the cup. Well, I didn't show this on the live, but we sanded the cup. We applied the double-sided tape. We did not spray paint. And yeah. And so in this cute little thing that I have here, I have some dragon scales that I've already cut with my Cricut. I'm trying to think of the best way to show y'all. Alright. And so I'm going to place these dragon scales on. So again, sanded, did not spray paint, double-sided tape, and now we're putting the cardstock pieces on. And you're going to do this to where the bottom point is your bottom piece of cardstock is touching the point, right? And you're going to try to get it as straight as possible. And there we go. And you're going to do that all the way around. You're going to touch the corners together, not overlapping. You're going to get that bottom point. Ooh, come on. You're going to get the bottom point touching the bottom, and you're going to lay it. So there we go. You see? So I'm going to do that for all the way around. And I'm going to switch you to my view now because you saw what that was, and that way I can lift it up and you could possibly still see what I'm doing. Alright, so but see, that one was too far up because I was trying to do it from looking down, which is not, don't do that. But this is so much easier. And Holly, I don't care if you don't do cups. You could do this on like a painting. Like, this is so crazy. It's stupid easy. And so, again, hi Rebecca, you just double-side tape, sand your cup, double-side tape, apply your scales. That's it. And so that's what we're going to do until I get to the next part. So this is the perfect time to ask questions if y'all have questions. And you're trying not to get it to overlap. And the silver's not going to show. So like if it's a little space, you're fine. Because you're going to spray paint it black after you Mod Podge it. So again, I hate Mod Podge, but I'm going to use it to seal it because this is paper. And if I put epoxy over paper, it's just going to soak it up and it's going to look bad. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. And I've tested doing a dragon scale tumbler before, but frankly, it took me too long. I did it for like, I don't know, I think I spent an hour and I got maybe a quarter of the cup done. I'm almost done with my first line. It hasn't even been 10 minutes. And the key to this is you're going to want to use a skinny tumbler. Okay? You're going to want to use a skinny. But look, I'm done with my first line. Look at that. All done. So now, I'm going to lift you up again. When you start your next row, you are going to overlap a little bit. If you look at the scales, there's like this point. You want that point to be aligned with the top points, okay? All epoxy tumblers are hand wash only. All epoxy tumblers are hand wash only. It will have epoxy on it, so it's not going to be like sticky. But anytime you get an epoxy tumbler, it should be hand wash only. And if you haven't been doing that, then I highly suggest you switch, because you'll mess up your tumbler. The heat from the washer will melt your epoxy. Anyway, so look, and so it's overlaid, and you can see like the points lined up with that point. And I'm just going to do the second row. So yeah, I would never put a tumbler in a wash. I have, and it literally stripped the epoxy because the heat melts the epoxy. It was my favorite tumbler, actually. Then Joey put it in the wash and ruined it. But we love them anyway. Look how quickly I'm... And I didn't have to Mod Podge and brush and put it on, and then Mod Podge and brush and put it... We just use a double-sided tape. These tumblers are actually from a new company called A&J Blanks. I'll post there's their website. When the live ends, you'll be able to click on that. Joey and I built their website. They're a super great company. And this is, right now they only have 30-ounce skinnies, but they're getting other style cups. And honestly, I was looking at this tumbler. So I'm a picky tumbler person. When I make things, I want it to be good quality. And so anytime I get a new tumbler, I look at it. And when I was looking at this tumbler, I noticed two things. One, when I first got it, I was like, this is significantly heavier than the other 30-ounce skinny I had. And I'm not going to name the other company because I don't want to bash them without actually bashing them, because they have good tumblers too, but this one is better quality. It's heavier and it's thicker, meaning if I drop this without epoxy on it, it's not going to get dented and busted up. It's going to hold your ice a little better. Like, I've done the ice test with them. This had less water in it after a certain period of time. Like, it's a better quality tumbler. So yeah, if you go to their website, you can see. Right now, again, they only have 30-ounce skinnies, but they are getting other tumblers in. They're just waiting for it to get in. So, but I'm a picky tumbler person. I don't like to just go to Walmart. I do have to sometimes because people want their orders so stupid quick. But I hate to just go to Walmart and buy tumblers, because I don't think Walmart tumblers are good. Yeah, you're not supposed to put any metal tumbler, like insulated tumbler, even if it doesn't have epoxy on it, in a wash. But I don't listen to that. I do listen to it when it comes to epoxy, because there's a reason. I don't care if it doesn't hold ice as long. Just search it. You can't click on the link right now because the live's still going, and links don't work until the lives have ended. So just search it, but it's andjblanks.com. And they have super fast shipping. I ordered Thursday night. I got an email Friday that it was shipped. It came to my door on Monday. Like, stupid fast shipping. And so I'm going to remove this next layer. But look, we already did the second. We already did it. And we're just going to repeat. And so if you're watching the replay of this, which I know the people on the live right now are not, but if you are watching the replay of it, you can skip past this part and go to the next step. But I want to show y'all what you do when you Mod Podge it. I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to spray paint it in front of you, because you have to Mod Podge it like 3 or 4 times. And you have to let it dry, and it takes like an hour for Mod Podge to completely dry, and we're not going to do all of that here. We're just going to lay the tumblers, and I'm going to Mod Podge it, and I'm going to show you. Because there's a specific way you need to Mod Podge it to make sure that you're sealing your scales. So, put that over there. If you see me putting stuff to the side, it's because I have these little half pieces that are going to go on the top. that I cut out. So, and the live will be available for a replay. We never delete any of our replays, any of our lives. Well, we deleted bingo, and that was just because a whole bunch of people got confused that bingo was still happening. And I don't like when people are confused, so we deleted bingo. But we don't delete our other lives. Oh shoot, come back. Come here, little scale. And this is my first dragon scale. So if it doesn't turn out exactly how I want it, well, then it's my first one, and I can forgive myself. And if you know me, you know that's a darn lie, because I'm very hard on myself. Where is this piece? And so, there we go. We're a quarter of the way done. It's been 15 minutes. It didn't take me 3 hours to do a quarter of the cup because I was using Mod Podge. I cut the scales with my Cricut. I searched Dragon Scale SVG in Google and found a free one and uploaded it to Cricut and made it fill my mat and cut it using black cardstock with my Cricut machine. I don't know if there are hole punches with dragon scales. I have no idea. I wasn't going to go live today, but Mom didn't go live yesterday, and I try to do 2 lives a week. And she's like working and stuff and has baby shower. I know she has a baby shower tonight, so I figured she wasn't going to go live tonight. And it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm definitely not going live tomorrow. So I was like, I'll just go live real quick because I found out this really cool friggin' hack. And y'all are probably listening to me and you're like, it's not that big a deal. You're using double-sided tape instead of Mod Podge. Have you ever worked with Mod Podge? Have you ever had to lay Mod Podge on a whole cup? Because if not, do it and then get back to me. Because that's stupid. It takes forever and it looks awful and it's sliding around and it's goopy. Thank you, Leanne. And I just, I despise Mod Podge. Like, despise it. So, if you've not worked with it and you think I'm over-exaggerating, go work with Mod Podge on a cup and get back to me. Because I promise you, you're going to want to do this double-sided tape method by the time it's over. What are we doing? So I don't actually know what I'm doing. Tonight I am going to dinner. I'm going to BQ Holic. It's like a Korean barbecue place. And we're doing that tonight with some friends because if you don't know, I live in Gainesville, so the Gator, like UF is right here. Most of my friends are in college or have just graduated. Well, because of COVID, they got gypped with their graduation. And I mean that when I say, like, they got gypped. They didn't get to walk, they didn't get to do, like, they got gypped with their last semester. And I know high schoolers did too. But you pay to go to college, the least they can do is let you walk across the stage. So, my church is doing a small graduation ceremony because they're awesome. And the seniors are coming and they're going to shake the hands of our priest and all of that. And that's tomorrow morning. Yeah, it was canceled twice. They rescheduled it to, like, basically this weekend, I think. And then they canceled that again. And said that you can come in the fall. But you're starting life. Like, you're starting your new job, your new education. Like, a lot of people can't come. What? That's stupid. Anyway. So our church is doing a graduation ceremony for the seniors. And it's tomorrow morning. And so families are coming to celebrate with them. Well, that means some of my friends can't celebrate with me, which is perfectly fine. Family comes first. Like, no ill will, whatever. So for those people that can't hang out tomorrow night, that my husband is planning something that I'm not sure what it is, we're going to dinner tonight. Thanks, Grandma. So that's all I know. Is tonight we're going to be Huolic. Tomorrow people are coming over. Don't know who. Don't know. Oh, nope, he told me when. He was like 5 or 6, I think. But I don't know what we're doing. I know I'm cooking gumbo. Because I'm obsessed with gumbo now. I hope I cut enough scales. Hey, Michelle. This is going to be real sad if I didn't cut enough scales. I think I did. So as soon as I finish this row, I'll show y'all again. But he's not serving hot dogs. I hate hot dogs, actually. Y'all always be making that joke about hot dogs and hallways and whatnot. I can't stand hot dogs. I think hot dogs are so nasty. I have to be in a particular mood to eat them. I am not a hot dog person. And y'all always think, hot dog in the hallway. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore it, because I promise you, you don't want to know what we're talking about. It's in another group, and they be inappropriate. That's all I'm going to say with that. Well, crap, I said I was going to show you. Alright, so there we go. Look how quickly we're friggin' moving. It's been 20 minutes. I can't get over this. I wish I knew this lady's name. I'm gonna have to go. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go look up who this lady was that I saw, because I like to give credit to people, and I definitely did not think of this. I'm gonna have to search it. Her YouTube is called Etched with Vinyl. I don't know what her name is. Y'all stop. Michelle and Rebecca, y'all gonna get me booted. Somebody gonna be like, they're being inappropriate. Y'all gonna get me booted. Her name is Etched with Vinyl. Don't know her real name, but that is her YouTube name. And her TikTok, I presume. Grandma, you're on the live. You don't have to message me. I see you. I love you too. But if you really want to know why I'm doing this Tumblr, it's because I'm waiting for an order to come in so I can finish some orders that I have. But I needed a particular glitter, which, let me tell you, I know it's Halloween, but y'all need to stop stealing all the orange glitter. And I'm just going to put, y'all need to stop stealing all the orange glitter. I needed orange chunky glitter, and I searched everywhere. I searched Love All Bling, I searched Mr. Fancy Pants, I searched Glitter Craze, I searched Amazon, I searched Michael's, I searched Joann's, I searched all of these places. I searched all of these places, and I could not find any friggin' orange glitter. And everybody's like, oh, this is the perfect Gator orange glitter. Go here. Sold out. So I don't know about all of you people, but y'all need to stop hogging the orange glitter. Stop it right now. Because I needed it to do an order, because for some reason I thought I had orange dotted glitter, orange chunky glitter, and I didn't. And I was stupid and should have checked before I accepted the order. So I'm waiting for I finally found one that's like an orange yellow, so it's not perfect. So that's what I got, because it was the only friggin' orange chunky I could find. So y'all friggin' Halloween making cups, stop stealing the orange glitter. Leave some for the rest of us. Okay, Rebecca, I don't know if you're being perverted or if you're being serious. But you're on a liquid. I'm going to go, you're being serious. You can't, because you're on a liquid diet, and I'm sorry. Are you doing okay? Like, you're recovering well? See, look. We just move it. I'm having conversations. We move in hand. I'm Italian, so I can't use that excuse anymore. I've always used the excuse because I talk with my hands. If you've not noticed, now you'll start noticing, because I just pointed it out to you. I talk with my hands. And I always said, I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. Y'all, my in-laws. And if you've heard this story, just be quiet. And I'm telling it again because I'm still salty. My in-laws bought me and my husband one of the DNA, I think it was 23andMe. And so we did the DNA thing. We wanted to find out our ancestry. We did the health screen, whatever. We did all the things we wanted to see. Which is fine. Good, Rebecca. I'm glad you're doing well. Which is fine. And my whole life, and my grandma, who I think is still on here, and I think my Aunt Robin was on here for a little bit. But my whole life, I have been told I'm Italian. My dad's grandpa's from Pico, is from Italy. Like, always been told I'm Italian. I get my DNA back. My ass, I am 3%. 3% Italian. Only 3. My husband's like 25%. 3%. I have claimed I'm Italian my whole damn life. 3%. I am just complete European. Like, everything is European. I'm like Scandinavian. I'm whatever. I am all the things except Italian. I was so mad. I saw that. I called my husband. I called my dad up, and I was like, yo, I don't know who you be lying to, but apparently we're not Italian. He was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, either y'all cheated. I don't know. I was questioning things that day. I was like, I don't know what the crap happened, but I'm only 3% Italian. I lost my whole identity that day. I was like, what is going? I'm Irish. I'm more Irish than I am anything. I've never heard once in my life that I'm Irish, but apparently I'm Irish. My friend who's also Irish is trying to get me to embrace the culture, and I refuse because I'm Italian, dang it. I had a whole identity crisis. I'm still upset. I'm still talking about it. Still talking about it. Got me hot. I'm so upset. But that's my story. That's story time for y'all today. I know you are not about to be a pain in the butt halfway up this cup. I know you're not. Just have a pint while eating a bowl of pasta. I don't like beer. I think beer's the nastiest beverage in the... I don't like boba either. I don't know what this boba craze is, but I don't need chunky stuff in my food, in my drink. No. I don't like boba either. But beer is the nastiest beverage. Changed my mind. And it's because you don't have good beer. I have gone to breweries. I've had homemade beer. Hey Mom. I've had cheap beer. Everybody's like, oh, you gotta try the cheap stuff. I've had like flavored beer. I had a tiramisu beer. Beer is nasty. You cannot get past that nasty, yeasty beer taste. No. Just no. Mama, I know you're just joining, but look at this tumbler. You know how long I've been trying to do a dragon scale tumbler? And you know how much I hate Mod Podge? And this lady today used double-sided tape? So guess what we're doing? We're making a dragon scale tumbler using double-sided tape in that nasty Mod Podge, because I hate it. Friggin' hate Mod Podge. I hate Mod Podge more than I hate beer. I said it. I'm trying to think of other funny stories to tell y'all while we're doing this. Because I be getting scammed all the time. My friends laugh at me. They're like, you just have that face. You get scammed. My favorite. My favorite is my birthday. I think it was 2 years ago. Here, we'll tell a birthday story. Since my birthday is tomorrow. We'll tell a birthday story. 2 years ago. Because this is going to take a little bit. And I'm sorry. Get your drinks now. Oh, get out of here. I love coffee. I have coffee right here. Get out of here. Joey doesn't like coffee either. Y'all are weird. I love coffee now. I'll eat the crap out of it. I'll drink some coffee. I'll drink some coffee. Anyway, back to my story. I think it was 2 years ago, because I'm turning 23. I think it was for my 21st birthday. Me and my best friend Alexandra were going to get our nails done. So would he. Y'all are weird. He'd rather just drink milk. We were going to get our nails done. Sorry, squirrel. I like to reply to y'all's comments. That's why I get frustrated when y'all aren't commenting, because then I just sit here and stare at the screen awkwardly like something's happening. So I would appreciate if y'all comment stuff. Anyway, 2 years ago, 21st birthday, Alexandra and I go to get our nails done. I wanted my nails done. We talked about it on the nail live. You got something wrong. What? You don't like milk? What do you drink? Water? I'm not drinking plain water. That's probably why I'm always sick. Anyway, we're going to go get our nails done. And if you watched my nail live the other day, you know, or you know me, you know, I hate to get my nails done. I only do it for special occasions. I do it for, like, weddings. Especially paying. I hate to pay to get my nails done. But I'll do it for weddings or special occasions. Like my 21st birthday. It was a big deal to me. All my birthdays are a big deal to me, if you can't tell. I keep mentioning it. But my 21st birthday was particularly a big deal because I got to drink. I got to legally drink, finally. We're going to leave that like that. And so we go to get our nails done. Now, I'm broke. I don't have a job. I don't use this to pay my, like, crafting to pay my bills. But I don't have a job. So, like, we're fine. We provide for ourselves. We good. Like, we're not stressing. We're not financially incapable of providing. Like, we good. We have excess money. We can play around. But we were saving for our wedding. And so I didn't have a lot of extra money. So I went to the nails and I wanted just plain acrylic nails with plain polish. And I said it multiple times. This lady kept asking me, do you want gel? No. No, I don't want gel. No, thank you. Because they try to sell you on gel because they're like, it lasts so long. Girl, you don't know me, but I'm going to be pulling these nails off in like a week. So I don't care if it lasts 3 weeks. Because I'm pulling it off in like a week. No, I don't want gel. Just acrylic. Okay. She starts getting colors. And I see her at the gel wall. And I'm like, And she comes back with my color. And I'm like, no gel, right? And she's like, no, not gel. No gel. And I'm like, okay, because I don't want gel. No gel. Okay. No gel. And she's painting my nails. And she pulls that UV light thing. And if you know anything, if you go and get your nails done, which this should have been hit number 1, is that I don't get my nails done. And I know the UV light is only used for gel nails. Right? I've never seen them, like, they have the drying thing, but they do, like, this UV, like, different, it's a different thing. And so I see her pull that out for me. And I'm looking. And, like, she hasn't started my nails yet. And so I stopped again. Because she was, like, shaping them. She just put the acrylic on. And I was like, no gel, right? Like, acrylic? And she's like, yeah, no gel. No gel. Like, alright, no gel. We good. We good. No gel. Got it. Perfect. By this point, I'm like, I feel so bad because I'm questioning this lady. I'm like, she's probably getting annoyed with me. Fine. Alright. No gel. Got it. No gel. So she's doing my nails and she's putting it on and I'm like trying to read, like, squinting, trying to read the nail polish thing. And I can't read it because this nail place gives you mimosas and stuff. And so I'm a little intoxicated. I'm not going to lie. And I'm like, I'm just being an annoying drunk. I need to leave this poor lady alone. Let me just leave this poor lady. Let her do her job. She knows what she's doing. Let me just leave her alone. So I stopped questioning. I'm drinking my mimosa. I'm having a good time. I go up to pay. Guess what I was charged for? Friggin' gel nails. I'm looking at it. And I'm like, no. I asked for acrylic. And they're like, well, she painted your nails gel. Did you not ask? I asked 10 times if this was gel or regular polish. 10 times. And they're like, well, she used gel, so you have to pay. And I'm like, and I don't like confrontation. So I'm just like, fine, whatever. I paid like the extra $20 for gel nails. I'm human. We go outside. I'm telling Alexandra, because she was doing something else, so she wasn't with me at this time, or like we were across the room. I don't know. We didn't do it as like a party, and so we weren't next to each other. And so I'm like, I'm fuming. I'm like, I told this lady multiple times. She's like, they knew they could get you. I'd be in there raising hell. I would be. I'd be in there, and I'd be like, I'm not paying for this. I'm going to pay for the service I asked for. And I was like, I can't. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to do that to that poor lady. She probably didn't understand me. She's like, you told her 10 times, Bree. 10 times. I'm just like, it's fine. But you know what? That was weird. Hold on. The live ended on my phone for a second, so I was trying to make sure I was still live. That was so weird. Anyway. But you know what? Guess what happened 2 days later? My nails chipped. And because I had gel nails and they guaranteed the 3 weeks, I got to go in there and I got to get my nails fixed for free. And the lady was like, no, you got acrylic. I'm like, receipt. Ma'am. I asked you for acrylic. I asked multiple times for acrylic and just regular polish and not gel. And I paid for gel, and these are gel, so you fixing them right now. You fixing my nails. And they did, and I got it fixed for free. So it semi-happy, whatever. But I was so frustrated. I'll tell you, I was fuming. And it takes me a lot to get mad. But I was so mad. There's one of two things. If you don't listen to me, if you're going after someone I love, that'll make me mad. And that's not just family. If you are a close friend and somebody is attacking you, I'm gonna be ticked. If you're not listening to me, I hate to be ignored. Like, just don't engage in conversation if you don't want to listen to me. I hate to be ignored. And that's what this lady was doing, was ignoring me. Or you lie. I don't like to be lied to. Because I think it's stupid. I would much rather... Now, don't get me wrong. There are some occasions. I get it. The Santa Claus thing. I'm not going to ruin somebody else's child's Christmas by telling them Santa isn't real. Like, I get it. There are some times that you gotta lie. I get it. But if you're just trying to protect my feelings, you better not lie to me. Just tell me the truth. I do have siblings. Oh, I have a lot of siblings. I'll go in order. Y'all want to hear my crazy family dynamic? Because it's crazy. I have 3 older brothers, an older sister, and a younger sister. And they are all my full siblings. I know, mama. Non-confrontational and the people pleaser. It's always been me. But those things don't mix well. Anyway. Here's my crazy family dynamic. They are all my full siblings. And I will claim them as my full siblings until the day I die. But by blood, if we get in that deep, they are not. The only person I am full-blooded sibling with is my younger sister. And here's why. and I'm not going to get into the crazies, but I'm just going to say, my dad had one marriage, and my mom was married. This is both their second marriage. My dad was married and had one daughter, and my mom was married, and she had 3 boys. And they both got divorced, and they married each other and had me and my little sister. It's as simple as that. I am close to being a baby. Yep. I like to think I'm the baby of my family, but I definitely am not treated like the baby of my family, because the baby of my family is spoiled rotten. And she'll say it one side up one side and down the other. She's spoiled, and we all know it. And we just accept that fact of life. And I'm spoiled too. Don't let me lie to you. I'm spoiled as well. I did pageants. My mom spoiled the heck out of me, especially with pageants. But she is definitely the baby, and she's way spoiled than I am, which is saying something. So, but yes, that's why I want to be heard. But the funny thing is, it's not like my parents didn't pay attention to me. It's not like I'm like, I need to be heard because my parents didn't pay attention. Oh no, they paid attention to me. That's why I said that, Mom. I said I was spoiled too. I said it. I accepted that. I'm just not as spoiled as she is. Trying to call me out. Anyway. It's not like my parents didn't pay attention to me. They did. I was the one that just made sure I skirted below the trouble line. And I'm not saying I was a perfect child. But you know who was never getting in trouble? This one. Because you know who knew how to play the game? This one. Because guess what? All you gotta do, for all of my younger siblings out there, because I know there are some youngins watching this. If you're a younger sibling, you still live with your parents, you just gotta watch your older siblings, see how crazy they be acting, and skirt below that line. Just under the radar. And I knew I could do more, like I knew I could get away with more if they messed up big time. I wish I was old enough to know this when my sister got pregnant at 16. Because I would have so taken advantage of that. I don't have a story when I got in trouble. And Mom can attest to this. I didn't get in trouble. Ever. We got in trouble as a group a lot. Like two of the boys would do something, or the house wasn't, like we would get in trouble as a group. But me particularly, I always had good grades. I never... Yeah, see, well, you were the old... You probably got away with a lot more, though. Holly, you didn't use your older sibling powers. You could have got away with a lot more. I'm telling you, Rebecca, I did not get in trouble. I had good grades. I came home when I was supposed to. I remember one time I was 6 years old, and I don't remember what I said to my mom, but she got so upset with me, she slapped me across the face, and that is the only memory of me getting in trouble I have. That's the only one. Other than us getting in trouble together. I behaved.
Oh, circus.
Well, on the circus, they know I didn't behave, but I never got in trouble. Joey, don't be coming out here for lunch calling me out like that. What the heck? But, yeah, and I don't know if she's still watching, but Mom, can you think of anything? Because I really can't. I didn't get in trouble. We are so... Guys, it's only been 45 minutes, which is a long life for me. But let me tell you, 45 minutes last time I only got this much done doing the other way. 45 minutes this time I am almost done with the Tumbler. And I think I have enough dragon scales, so you'll get to see how I Mod Podge it. So, but y'all can pry for my mom when she's live, but I'm not spilling that dirt. Don't come at me like that, Rebecca. Nope, because I'm a good person now. I'm not digging up skeletons in my closet. I should have gotten in trouble for a lot.
Don't have to dig very far.
Joey, stop coming for my life! Did y'all hear him? Oh my
Probably
god!
doesn't.
He said, you don't have to dig very far. It's coming for my life. There are a few times I'll admit, I snuck out of the house a few times and I never got caught. See? I never got in trouble. I'll read it to you. She said, no, because you used your siblings to hide your flaws and we picked our battles. That's exactly what I said. You gotta skirt below the sibling lines. If you're not the worst, they're not gonna come after you. Yeah, pinky finger of the skeleton, I snuck out a few times. I made the comment earlier about when I turned 21, I was legally allowed to drink, and you can take that knowledge and do with it as you will. How I phrased it. But here's the thing. I never did drugs, so don't even come at me with that crap. I don't and won't, nope. But if you can still get good grades, and you can still do your chores and get your stuff done that you're supposed to, your parents are not going to come after you. Just do what you're supposed to. And I did. I always make it, like if I snuck out, you best believe that was the day that I did all of my chores without them asking. Because then they had no reason to come check up on me. They didn't have to come tell me, you didn't do the dishes, come do the dishes, and then find out I wasn't there. So, I know some of y'all in here are not children and can't use that. We're just going to take the rest of the tape off. And I know y'all can't use this to your advantage. But just know that if your kids are watching this, they are probably using it to their advantage. And I'm pretty sure I learned this from my oldest brother. Because he was my mom's baby. He got away with so much stuff. And she admits it. He got away with so much stuff too. But he's the one that told me. Because I'd get so mad. Good, Holly. Keep making mental notes. Anyway, I'd get so mad. Because I would watch. And again, I was young, so I didn't realize. Like, I never got in trouble. I didn't do anything. I was learning a lot about my family today. But he wouldn't get in trouble. And I was so confused. Oh yeah, they never punished for drinking either. But I never got confronted. I remember the boys getting confronted about it. But that was because they were failing their classes. See, if you don't fail your classes, they're not going to confront you about things that could possibly ruin it. Anyway, I remember my brother getting away with a lot of stuff. And I never ratted my siblings out. We had a sibling that ratted everybody out, and I'm not going to call him out. Mom can if she wants. But ratted everybody out. And I didn't. And so I asked my brother one day, because I knew some of the stuff he was doing, and he was never getting in trouble. And I said, how? I think I was like 8 or 9. Like, I was young. Like, there was no ill intention. I was just mad because he was getting away with a lot of stuff, and I knew my other siblings were not. I was like, how are you not getting in trouble? And at the time, my uncle also lived with us. My mom's youngest sibling lived with us because her dad had passed away. They got in trouble because they drank the alcohol and filled it with water. See, I'm not that, just... Well, there's other reasons that he's the favorite. But yeah, mainly because he's the oldest. But he wasn't. Because my sister is actually the oldest. But he was the oldest of my mom's children. Like I explained that dynamic earlier. And there's other reasons that he is the favorite that I will not disclose. But I'm like, how are you getting away with all of this? Because I know that you are doing some stuff. Like, how are you getting away with this? And by some stuff, I mean he was like sneaking out, Or he'd, be late for curfew. Or just stuff as an 8-year-old that I thought was like the dirtiest secret ever that I never told on him for. And I was like, how are you getting away with this? Because I know they know. Because I know snitch already told on you. How are you getting away with this? And he said, look, you just don't gotta be the worst. And I was like, excuse me? He goes, you don't have to be the best. Just don't be the worst. And I thought about that for a little bit. And he was absolutely right. You don't gotta be the best. Just don't be the worst.
You also ended up being the best.
Stop, Joseph.
That was a good thing.
That was a good thing, but we don't need to at my siblings like that. He said, you also ended up being the best. It depends on how you measure it. If you measure it in grades and like stuff like that, because I'm the only sibling that's graduated from college. My sisters are going back to college or going to college. But like I got a scholarship, like all of that stuff. It depends on how you measure it. All of us were good in different ways. Like Brock was a fantastic musician. He had the worst grades, but his music ability, oh my gosh, he could pick up an instrument and learn it in a day. It was ridiculous. So it depends on how you're measuring who was the best. If you're measuring who didn't get in trouble, you're right. That was me. I never got in trouble because I knew how to play the game. And my parents knew I knew how to play the game, but they just let it ride because you pick your battles. Apparently, I need to have story time more often. I have more people on my live now. What'd y'all do? Go message your friends. Bree's telling all of her secrets. Guys, get on this live. Bree's saying all of her family secrets. Like, what'd y'all do? Ridiculous. Gotta have story time more often. And I'll talk your ear off. That's why I like when y'all comment. Because I can't stand. I don't mind being live. Most people are like, oh, I don't want to go live. It's so uncomfortable. Yada, 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 yada. I'm taking notes. Rebecca's going to go to Ashley and be like, Ashley, did you know this about Bree? Hey, you want to use some dirt on Bree? Here you go. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just picking on you. Taking notes. I'll talk your ear off because I don't mind going live. I did pageants. I used to be the shyest kid, believe it or not. I clinged to my parents' leg, and I refused to go anywhere. My mom put me in pageants. This is the one thing I love about everybody watches Toddlers and Tiaras, and they're like, there's so much drama. Why would you do that for your kids? I would not be a good public speaker or as extroverted as I am, like able to talk to people as I am, because I'm an introvert. I'm like, I know you're not listening to me. I am introverted, and everybody's like, you're not introverted. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I would much rather stay at home and just sit here. Aw. She's a part of the page. She just doesn't watch. She watches sometimes, I think. I don't know. I talk about her enough. She's probably like, I wish this lady would stop talking about me. All good things, all good things. Anyway, people that don't like pageants, I'll tell you what. I would not be the person I am if my mom didn't make me do pageants. And she did. When we first started, and we'll always say we chose it, but when we first started, my mom made me do pageants. And I was so mad at her, and I hated it. And the very first pageant I did, it was Miss Dogwood. It was in North Carolina, and I won. And there was a talent competition, and I had to sing. And she signed up specifically because I had to get up there, and I had to sing in front of people. And I was 5 years old. And I was so mad because my mom was making me do this, and I was the shyest child. Like, I was in kindergarten. I was so shy, and I hated it. There are pics on my Facebook. You can find pageant pics on my Facebook. I hated it. But you know what? I've always been complimented on my ability to public speak. You do not want to hear me sing. Joey thinks I have a great voice. I don't like to sing in front of people. Still. Everybody says I have a great voice, and I still refuse to sing in the church choir because I used to, and then something happened that just shook me, and I can't. The closest you'll get, if you're ever here and I'm in the shower, you'll hear me singing in the shower. It's got great acoustics though, so don't trust that that's how I sound. Anyway, I'm one of the best, I've always been complimented. That's what I'm saying, Mom. Look at the benefits. I have always been complimented at my ability to public speak. I have always been complimented at my ability to stand. In pageants, you stand a certain way. You're up, like I'm slouching right now because I'm building a cup and I'm trying to see. But like, your shoulders back, you're standing up straight. Like, I've always been complimented on my posture. I've always been complimented on my ability to public speak. To just wing it. There are pageants. And I did eventually start choosing to do it because I loved it. And I loved the friends I made. But at first I didn't like it. And there were pageants where you did interviews. I've always been complimented on my interviews and being able to answer things on my feet because I did it in pageants. They would ask, and it would be stupid questions. I remember one question was like, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why would you do it? And my answer was, because you got to do it. Like, you thinking, you can't prep for these questions. And my answer was like, I want to go to Alaska. He needs to record you and post you singing in the shower. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Follow my TikTok. Maybe I'll sing on TikTok. Shoot. Now, what was I saying?
Where would you go?
Interview. Where would you go and why would you do it? And I was 13 years old, and you know what my stupid answer was because I had to think on my feet? I would go to Alaska because I love their dogs and their clothing style. And I said it without missing a beat. And they looked at me like I was the craziest person in the world. And that was the stupidest answer. But you know what? Guess who answered it without sitting there going, And if you've noticed, I don't say a lot. Unless I lose my train of thought. Like, I can keep going and not, like, I can just keep going and be perfectly fine. See, I just said it because I was trying to think of what to say. Now that I told you I don't say it, I'm going to start saying it. But I loved that I did pageants. I will never regret doing pageants. I will put my kids in pageants. When they're older, I'm not putting them in it as babies. That's stupid. And I know, Mom, you did it, but I can't do that to my child. And you get one. You are allowed to put them as one as a baby, but I'm not doing it until they can understand the benefits. And my husband agrees with me. If he doesn't, then he's going to. My TikTok? Is it just Bree Shintrup? I think it's just at Bree Shintrup. I can post it on the page. I post all my cups.
I thought it was Easy Breezy.
No, I don't have it under Easy Breezy. I post cup videos. I don't have any where it's basically me doing things, but I want to start doing stuff like that. I think that's fun. I don't know if I want the. I think I might. Alright, so see, now I'm taking these small little pieces and I'm putting them right here. And again, there's some silver showing, and that's perfectly fine. Because you know why? After I Mod Podge it, I'm going to spray paint it black. So I'll Mod Podge it on here, and then I'll tell you what the next steps are. Because I'm not going to stay on here and do all of that. Because again, you have to let the Mod Podge dry, and that's ridiculous. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch Mod Podge dry. That's a thin piece. I don't like that piece. And if my wonderful husband will give me scissors, then I'll trim this up. know why you would want to hear my singing voice. I have no idea why.
Is your kid singer?
Stop. Stop with the compliment. I don't do well with compliments. You know this. Stop it. Right now. I dropped something. Give me a second. I really am trying to build my TikTok though. That's why I've been posting my cups. I really enjoy TikTok. I'm trying to build my YouTube too because I'd much rather go live on YouTube so that I don't have to re-share it to share my Facebook lives to YouTube. It's a lot easier to share my YouTube lives to Facebook. Alright, so it's done. And again, I'm not worrying about these little pieces because I'm spray painting it black. But it's done, and there's just a little bit of overhang, and so I'm just going to take these scissors and literally just clip a little bit of the overhang off. That's it. That's all I'm doing. And again, there's some silver, but it's fine. So there's your dragon scale. So now here's what we're going to do. We're going to put my excess back in this cup. And we're going to Mod Podge it. So here's all my, I have so much extra. I might have to have my husband open this Mod Podge. I cannot there we go. Look at strong independent women opening it themselves. Proud of myself. See, this stuff is hate. Alright. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour it in this lid. And the key, when you're so here's why you Mod Podge. What? So I sanded, did not spray paint. I did the double-sided tape. I adhered the cardstock to the tape. And if I were to just put epoxy on it, epoxy would soak into it and it looked really bad. So I'm going to Mod Podge it to seal the paper. And you got to Mod Podge it it's like 3 coats, okay? So you're going to Mod Podge it this specific way that I'm about to show you. You're going to let it dry. You're going to Mod Podge it again. You're going to let it dry. You're going to Mod Podge it the 3rd time. And let it dry for an hour. After the hour is up, you're going to spray paint that crap black. Because that's going to, 1, get rid of all these little silver pieces. 2, it's going to give it a nice gloss. And 3, it's going to make sure that your paper is super duper sealed. And then once it's spray painted, again, you're going to wait like an hour. And you can put your coat of epoxy on it. Now, when I do my coat of epoxy, I don't like plain. So you know I'm not just going to leave this as this plain black. I'm going to mix. So I don't know what y'all can start posting what color I should make this dragon scale. But I'm going to mix a ghost pigment into my epoxy and put it on. So it can be green, it could be purple, it could be blue, it could be light blue. Y'all can, I think I have red. But I'm going to do some kind of color change something. Soul Keeper, I have that blue purple shift. That might be what I do. I have just plain purple. And it's all from Mr. Fancy Pants. But that's what, and then you'll just do that until it's smooth because you don't want to put your friggin' decals. Lord have mercy. You do not want to put your decals on a non-smooth cup. So if this is not smooth after 1 layer of epoxy, I'm going to do another layer of epoxy and then I'll sand it out till it's smooth. Because you know what? Vinyl is not forgiving. If you put a decal on your cup, it's going to show every little scratch, bump, whatever you have on your cup. And it'll drive me crazy. So I don't do it. Purple and green. Well, I don't have a mix of that. So look. you're going to do your Mod Podge. For your first Mod Podge go, let me switch to this. You're going to go, and you're going to Mod Podge it down the cup. Here's why. Let me switch back. You saw I Mod Podged it down. We're going down the cup. And here's why. As much as I love this double-sided tape, it does not hold your scales very well. It holds, don't get me wrong, it holds. I'm not going to be sitting here like worried that it's going to be coming up. But because if I go the opposite direction and I go up towards the scales on this first pass, because when I do my second pass, I'm just going to be like and making sure I'm hitting every groove, every nick and granny. I said granny instead of cranny. That was fun. But while you're doing it, if I were to go up right now, you know what's going to happen? My scales are going to start popping off. And so for this first pass that I'm doing, and not my first layer, this first pass, so I'm literally going to put a thin coat on first, and then on this same coat, on this same layer, I'm going to go back and go up with it. But this first pass, you better go down. We're going down. That's not me singing. That's not my singing voice, just so you know. I have two types of, I have my I'm playing around singing voice, and I have my I can actually sing singing voice. Or people tell me I can actually sing singing voice. And if I'm singing on live, you're probably only hearing my I'm playing around singing voice. Alright, so I got like a nice thick layer. Again, this is so fun and so relaxing because you're just doing a double-sided tape tumbler, which is relaxing anyway. And you're just placing, like I could be doing so much stuff. So I did my first pass on this section, and now I'm going to go back up and make sure I got it good in the grooves. Alright, so I think I'm actually going to do the whole tumbler's first pass, and then I'll go back and do all of it again. But so there you go. What did you eat for lunch? I don't know what I want. And I didn't do my bottom. The lady I watched did her bottom, and she did it the same way. She did double-sided tape, and she like, and then did it, and like cut around it, and did her bottom. I put a decal on my bottom. I'll spray paint the bottom black, but I'm not gonna put scales on my bottom. Absolutely not. I don't know, before anybody asks me, no, this cup is not sold, but no, I will not do some Game of Thrones themed something or another. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. And if you want to know why, it's because that crap's illegal. That is a copyrighted show. And anything that is copyrighted, you can get in trouble if you do. You can get in trouble with copyright infringement. And I'm sorry, but your money is not worth all of my craft stuff. It's not. I ain't losing my craft stuff plus getting fined because y'all want a Game of Thrones, whatever. So, whoever buys it, just be aware. I'll send you this video. Somebody tell what time are we at? An hour and 9 minutes. I've never seen it either. I don't know what the hype's about. I've not seen it. And it has nothing to do with the fact, like, I've not seen it, or I don't know anything about the show. It has to do with the fact that it's stupid illegal. Alright, we're almost done with this first pass. Like, it's stupid illegal. If you don't have mica powders, here's the other thing you can do. You can get color shift paint, and you can just paint it. I've seen the person that I watched that did the double-sided tape, that's how she does it. She does the paint. So. And if you've not seen it on the page, I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Go to the page and look for my post that I think I made yesterday or the day before. I think it was the day before. Because we're doing some kind of incentive thing. Be careful with how I'm saying this, because I don't want to get in trouble. With the Show Me Chauvin YouTube. Show Me Chauvin is ran by my friend Ashley Chauvin. And she is stupid close to 25,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube. Like, stupid close. And if you don't know anything about YouTube, that is the first time you get a plaque, like a literal plaque from YouTube, for the amount of subscribers you have. So it's quite the feat. And she's like less than 1,000 people away. And so if you go to my page right now and you subscribe to her channel and you put on the post done, I'm going to verify that you actually did it and state it throughout the end of the program. You will be entered into a drawing for a prize. I've not decided the prize yet because we have too many people on this page. And some people don't like cups. And some people don't make wreaths. And some people don't make cups. And some people don't craft. And some, whatever. So it's probably going to be dependent on who the person is that wins. Which is why I've not posted what the prize is. Maybe it'll be this tumbler. It won't be this tumbler. I think I know somebody who's going to buy this, actually. So, if you subscribe to her channel, and then you comment on the post, done, you will be entered. And I'm going to verify that it happens. If you share that post, you will get a second entry into it. Okay? So, there we go. And this is not trying to build our page. This is trying to help my friend reach her goal. That has been her goal for a while. Get her first plaque from YouTube. Alright, so I've done the first pass. So I've done it down once. So now I'm going to go back. And I'm going to go down and I'm going to go back up in small sections. And so this is just my first layer. My second layer, you don't have to do the down and the back up. You can just do down and up, like whatever. But we're not going to do the second and third layer on here, because I have to let this dry before I can do that. And I don't want y'all sitting here watching me and watching Mod Podge dry. So that incentive, giveaway, whatever is going to happen until she reaches her goal. So if you want to be one of the only people that does it, get all of your friends to subscribe. And then there's only 2 people on that post right now who have commented and said I subscribed. So if you want to be entered, you better go do it. You got good odds right now. See, look, I stopped talking about my life. Everybody jumped off. I'm telling y'all were just in it for the juicy stories. And I'm dotting on it so that I can draw out my lines. Because I'm doing it in like sections. Because if you try to do the whole friggin' cup at once, it's not going to work. You're going to be more likely to lift your stuff. So I'm dotting it with a lot of, and this way I know I have Mod Podge all over it. I just flung Mod Podge all over my body. Oh, I hate this stuff. If you have learned anything about me, which you probably learned a lot, because I've talked about myself a lot, you have learned that I friggin' hate Mod Podge. I just cried a little bit. Internal tears happening. I know, I actually had like over 1,000 people on her live the other day, and most of them were like, I don't craft, but I just like the stories she tells. She tells some funny stories. If anything, y'all should go watch her, even if you're just a wreath maker, because she doesn't make a lot of wreaths. She's only made one. But even if she's just a wreath maker, if she's not a wreath maker, y'all should go watch her just for her stories. She's got some good ones. Better than me. Better than my stories. I don't have good stories. I say that and then everybody's like, tell this one. Tell the story about, like, the nail salon. You should tell that on a live. I bet that'd be funny. I'm like, that's not a funny story. I got gypped. How is that funny? And they're like, people's misery is funny. Huh? My husband says it's funny. People's misery is funny. Well, then I must just have a lot of good stories because I got a lot of miserable stories. Like, I got gypped stories. What are some other stories? I don't even know. Also, now listen, I'm going to give y'all some insider knowledge. Real quick. Listen. I start school in October. We got a lot, there's some stuff happening, okay? I got accepted into a master's program. It's online. So I start school in October. Yeah, let me finish this first, and then I'll talk about that again. Welcome back, Mama. I start school in October, and for my wreath makers, you know that the end of the year is the busiest season. So we might have to have only one live a week. Now, I try really friggin' hard to make sure y'all get y'all's double dose of lives. Okay? I try really hard. Mom's got plenty of pageant stories. We got plenty of pageant stories. Anyway. Thanks, Holly. So y'all are going to have to be patient with us as we figure out what's going to happen towards the end of the year. We are not going to get rid of our page. We're still going to go live, but we might have to reduce the number of planned lives. What does this mean? This means that we might only have a planned live every Tuesday or every Monday. We might change the day. But this also means you would be more likely to have just a spontaneous live throughout the week. Okay? So just be aware that as the season picks up, because I know Mom's going to start getting busy here soon, and it's quarter classes, which means instead of starting with everybody else that starts this coming semester in August, I don't start until October. But this also means that I'm going to have a friggin' lot of work to do in that short amount of time that I have classes. Alright. I'm just doing one pass down now that I've covered it, just to smooth it out and make sure none of the scales got caught and pulled up. Because when this dries, that's how it's gonna dry. So I'm getting rid of clumps and I'm making sure all of this is pushed down. So there we go. So that's the first layer of Mod Podge. So we done. We done for now, and I'm gonna get off the live when I'm done with this. When I'm done with this story. Alright. So I'm gonna need y'all to be the awesome people that I know you are and be patient with us. Because I didn't plan to go back to school when we started doing all of this. I didn't. This was I've been thinking about it. Maybe it'll happen. Mod Podge. So, I know y'all will be very patient with us, but just so you're aware, come October, when I'm starting school and Mom is, like, the wreath thing's picking up, we might have to dial back to 1 live a week. Now, Rebecca, the following Ashley thing, and Mom's not a part of this. This was completely me, and I didn't talk to her about it, and I feel bad, but we're just going to keep going. Oh, I thought you were watching me on your laptop. Like, you can watch me right here. Dang. Anyway, there is a page. There's a post on our page, and it says something, show me, show Van, follow, show me. Anyway, and it has her YouTube link. If you subscribe to her channel, comment done under that post, just so that, because I can't go, I'm not going to keep track of everybody that's subscribed to her channel and who's on the page. I'm not doing it. So you have to comment done on the post. You can comment done on the post and then go subscribe. I don't care. Subscribe, as long as you are subscribed to her channel and have commented done on the post, you will be entered to win something. I've not decided what it is. It might just be it's going to be dependent on the person that wins, okay? Because we got a whole bunch of eclectic people here, because I be doing everything and Mom be doing wreaths, and we got an eclectic group of people, and I don't want to be like, I'm going to give you this tumbler cake, and you're some wreath maker, and you've never made a cup in your life, and you don't have any of the necessary tools. Because I'm not buying you a turner, because those things are expensive. But anyway, they're going to be expensive to ship. We can make them pretty cheap. Anyway, so if you do that, you will be entered one time. Okay? If you share that post, you will get a second entry into this giveaway, whatever you want to call it. So, subscribe to her channel and comment done, you get 1 entry. Share the post, you get a second entry. You do not have to comment done if you share the post. I can keep track of who shares the post, it tells me. But you do have to share the original post, not a share, like if I shared the post, don't share my shared version, because it doesn't keep up with that for some reason. So share the post off the page and comment done on the original post, and you could be entered twice for this giveaway. Alright, does that make sense? I don't know any pageant stories. I don't have any fun pageant stories. I know there are plenty, but I can't think of them on the top of my head. So, questions, comments, concerns. And we're done. Like, this is done. Again, the next steps for this are going to be an appreciation award. Yes, that's what it is. The next step for this is it's going to dry. And I'm going to put 2 more coats of Mod Podge on it, doing the same thing I just did. I'm going to go up, down, Mod Podge coat. I'm going to do 1 coat. I'm going to let it, this is going to dry for an hour. I'm going to do another coat. It's going to dry for an hour. I'm going to do 3rd coat. And I'm probably going to let it sit overnight because I got dinner and stuff. Holly, I hope you win. I hope all of you win, but you all can't win. But I love Holly so much. She's so supportive. She's on every single live. And it makes me happy. I was really concerned about you the other day when you weren't on my live, and I was like, something's up. Something's up with her. She's not, she's sick. I don't know where she is. She's dying. Let me call her. Like, I was so worried about you. Anyway, so this is going to sit for an hour. I'm going to Mod Podge it exactly the same way I just did. And it's going to sit for an hour. And I'm going to Mod Podge it again. And it's going to sit all day because I got crap to do tonight. And so tomorrow, after it's dried, I'm going to mix some epoxy, I'm going to spray paint it black, and it's going to sit. So tomorrow, it's dried overnight. Spray paint it black, Let it sit for an hour. You want your spray paint to be completely dry. I, most of the time, will not wait an hour for my spray paint to dry. I'll just go at it. But I got stuff to do tomorrow. So I'm probably going to let it sit for a while. And then when I'm ready to epoxy it, I'm going to mix some kind of color changing pigment, mica powder, something in it. And I'm going to put my coat of epoxy on it until it's smooth, which will probably be smooth the first time because it's pretty smooth already. And, yeah. And then that's it. That's how you do your dragon scale cup using the double-sided tape. So if we have questions, you can ask questions. I hate Facebook sometimes. Don't tell people they're live. I hate that. But if you don't have any questions, I'm going to get off so that I can go eat lunch with the few minutes I have left with my husband, because I definitely just did a live throughout his lunch break instead of waiting till afterwards because I was so excited about this cup thing. But yeah. Again, this cup is from A&J Blanks, and I cut the scales with cardstock, and that's it. Y'all have a good day, and I will see you next time.